All right, everybody. In this video, I want to go over step 7 of the 8 steps to success, which is going to be work your territory correctly. This is a cool video. I hope this is really helpful for you. It's going to be a great resource. We have a separate video on Reference USA. In this video, I want to show you how to utilize it to be a little more organized and also track the work that you're putting in and track the contacts you're making and show you how to create a huge database out of using Reference USA or similar programs like it. So for starters here, we got the US map. I don't know where you're at. I'm down in Miami, but I'm just going to pick a random place. I remember Pittsburgh from this morning on the call, so we're just going to go out here to Pittsburgh, okay? So obviously you can work Pittsburgh Metro. If you're in the Metro, you're more than welcome to do that. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to find something a little more on the outskirts. I'm actually going to zoom out so I can figure out a decent size town. Let's just call Butler, okay? I don't know how far Butler is. Let's say you didn't want to work in Metro Pittsburgh. You got a lot of great areas around here. Now you could just go drive out to Butler and just go start hitting doors, which is fine. You can also be a little more prepared. This homework you can do over the weekend where you get your own map out, look where you're at, find a couple of surrounding areas around where you currently live, and be prepared by Monday with some more data before you get to Butler. We could actually have a list. So Reference USA, if you don't know how to get into that, there's a separate video for it. Make sure you're set up so that you have a Reference USA account. This is a great source for you. So we're going to go down here. Let's search businesses. We're going to do advanced search. The internet will keep up with us here. There we go. Executive title. All right, we've gone over this. We want owner, president, principal. There's going to be the owner type names. Let's go geography, city, state. In this example, we are, like we said, Butler, right? Butler, PA. Boom. Update count. 992 contacts in Butler. Okay, so before you go out there, let's view our results. All right, 40 pages, 992. If you're ever looking for email addresses, there you go. There's 82 email addresses for the president, owner, and principal of businesses. Okay, so right now we've got this whole list here, and it's set up in alphabetical order for the business name. Okay, so if you're working the phones, this is everything you need right here. The name of the business, the name of the owner, the address. So if you're setting an appointment, you can rehash and verify the address. Obviously, we know the city and a contact phone number. Okay, that's awesome. Now, if you're doing door-to-door, you can really utilize Reference USA as well. You just go over here, click street address. This just organized this by the street. You can now, if you know the busiest street in town, you can go pull up that street, walk down the street, talk to them. When you walk in the door, you know who the owner actually is. Hey, what's going on? Is Drew in? You think that will help you a little bit when you're doing your door-to-door? Absolutely. This is such a cool feature. And then you got to track this stuff. Let's just random here, right? Boom, page 10, Butler. Somebody out there, hit page 10. Look at this, Evans City Road. All in order. You could walk down that road in order, hitting businesses. Hey, is Lori in? And Anthony. Hey, Carol, what's going on? Hey, Joanne. All of it right in order, okay? Now, before we go out there, you want to print this. So by printing it, you can take notes while you're there. And we also want the CSV file for other purposes. So I'm just going to show you, just page 10, what you're going to do with this or what you can do with this. So let's download this. We want it as an Excel. We want summary, right? We want name, address, all that stuff. You may want to customize it. We're not going to do that right now, but you could customize it so that you just have the information you want, probably the the name of the business owner's name, the phone number, and the address would probably be good enough. But I'm not going to do that right now in this training. So now we have a CSV file before you go out there, okay? So you would print this. And yeah, I would definitely customize this because there's a lot of this stuff that you can take out. But what you're going to do is print this. So when you get out there, you now have 25 businesses, okay? If your goal is to talk to 20 business owners a day, 5 days a week, then you could go print 5 pages, right? That'd be 125 leads and go to town, go to work. What you're going to do when you're out there in the middle of the week, you're going to shrink this down so it doesn't have too much information. And you're going to have enough room over here so that you can take notes. Owner not in. Very interested. Come back Thursday. Okay? So what you can do is write these notes manually when you're out there in the field. And then when you come back at nighttime to keep this very organized, right, you can now have a spreadsheet. This whole spreadsheet, you would normally start at page 1, download all the pages into one spreadsheet that is Butler, PA. And as you go out there and work it, you're going to have some notes handwritten. Well, when you come back at night, you could come over here and color coordinate this. This guy was green. This one was green, right? Come back Thursday. Number 6, owner wasn't in. You could leave that blank, or you could just, maybe you color coordinate it yellow. Whoops, that's the letters. You want the box yellow. Maybe the first ones you went to, not interested, I have merchant services, blah, blah. Okay, red. Okay, this person wasn't in. The next batch, merchant services. Okay, red. All right, this person was interested. Another couple here, right? You hit some doors, red, not interested. Oh, boom, you hit a nice little spot here. 2 people, real interested. Maybe one of them signed up. Maybe they want to set an appointment. You can get the point here. Even doing door to door, as you're walking down the street, you are now gathering very, very valuable data. This is valuable data. You're already out there in the field. You're already working. You live in Pittsburgh, and you're probably going to end up working the surrounding area. So even when you're done with Butler, PA, you're probably going to end up wanting to come back there in a couple months and go through. Now, when you come back in a couple months, or when you call again in a couple months, wouldn't it be nice to have this list of 900, however many it said Butler was, 900 people in this spreadsheet, color coordinated, so that next time you went to Butler, you had your yellows that you could go back to, you have your greens, you take notes so that in your spreadsheet over here, this is going to update. On the first day, they were very interested, come back. Well, as you work the rest of the week, I'm not going to go back and forth, but these will be red, a couple more greens, a couple yellows, oranges, color coordinate it, whatever works for you, and always update it when you come back at the end of every night. Maybe by the end of this week, deal. Appointment set next week, right? This is going to update. That could go from a yellow to a green while you're out there. These 2 greens, maybe you follow up. This person needs to call the bank. He's not sure. I don't know about the 4%, but he didn't say no. He's not a red. He's not a green. And this person, after doing a little homework, just decided, no, this isn't for me. Okay, that's okay. My point here is throughout the week, the colors are going to change. The notes are going to change. And then when you're done with Butler, this can go into a file so that the data is still saved. It's still there. So in a couple of months when you're ready to go back, you just pull up your Butler folder, and instead of having to hit 900-something doors, you just say, okay, out of this 900, I have 100 or I have 50 that were yellows, oranges, and greens. So instead of working the whole town, I'm just going to go back to the people that I already have some information on and see what's going on. Now, if you do that, multiplied by all these towns, however far out you're willing to work, or even right inside Metro Pittsburgh, right? You have a list organized by the street so that you can just start on a street, find it on the list, print it out, go to town, take notes, come home that night, color coordinate it. Imagine the value of that data. That is data you cannot buy. There's not a website that can provide you with that data. It is custom to your efforts and your results and the reactions that you got while you were out in the field. And that also applies to phones as well. All right, so if you're working the phones and you went and you called Butler, where is it? It's somewhere up here. Anyways, you get the point. Butler. Next time after working it, you keep that file, you keep it in a notebook, you keep it in a CSV file on your computer, and next time you go back, that is extremely valuable data. The work that you're doing now, there's no need for it not to come back in the form of data and save you a lot of time next time you go back to that territory. So that is my video on using Reference USA, using it as a CSV file, how to organize it by street if you're doing door-to-door. If you're doing phones, you don't need to organize it by street. However, you should always have it downloaded as a CSV file, named by the town, color coordinate it, take notes, constantly update, and just imagine in 12 to 24 months as you've worked with this huge zone around here. Now when you're like, okay, I'd like to go out and get 4 deals this week. You open your notebook and you go hit a bunch of greens. There's my lesson for you. Work your territory correctly. Hope that helps you over the weekend. Give you something to do. By Monday, you can be nice and prepared, know where you're going, walk in the door. Hey, John, how's it going?